Greg Afarian here, gregafarian.com and Virtual Media Realty, your realtor in the Andovers, Merrimack Valley, Essex County, Greater Boston. How you doing? Hope you're well. Doing my market report, week of the 26th through the 30th. Wow, what a week. Market was overshadowed by St. Louis Fed President James Bullard with his negative comments. Fed, I've had a lot of experience with this. They seem to do a great job of just pulling the rug underneath us and deflating our sales just a little bit. Pretty much what he was talking about were the chances of deflation still being a risk. And the markets on Thursday didn't like that. The market dropped more than 200 points after coming back a little bit. But he was also comparing the U.S. economy to Japan. And for any of you that don't remember, Japan has been in a negative growth environment, negative interest rates, and the Nikkei has been down 68% for the past 10 years. So really bad analogy there. I don't know what you were thinking, buddy, but not a way to encourage people, definitely. And pretty much this could have been more of a cautionary advice, warning. Alan Greenspan always liked to caution people with his irrational exuberance, and that's their job, I guess, to keep things in check. Good news is that he did say that even though he is an inflation hawk, which there really isn't any inflation right now, he was saying that there is moderate growth, which is good, and that if we came into a point there it looked like we were trying to slide back into a recession, that they would do whatever they needed to lower interest rates further. So that's another positive. So the Fed's on our side, and that was what I took away from it, which is good. Today's GDP, gross domestic product, was sort of weak. It was positive. It was 2.4% for the second quarter, and real GDP was, for the past 4 quarters, was up 3.2%. It was revised down. So, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, to grow at 3% with the $800 billion stimulus package that we've had, it's a little weak, but then again, you must consider the situation that we're in, and that we were in, the biggest economic downfall, mortgage and banking crisis almost ever since the Depression. So not bad. Weekly jobless claims were down 11,000 to 457,000 for the week ending July 24th. What I thought was a bit concerning was continuing claims, people continuing to file, were up. Consumer confidence for July was weak. It was down to 50.4 versus June's 54.3. So that was, again, consumers are losing a little bit of confidence, but that's to be expected. I mean, as you take away these artificial programs that cause stimulus, I think that should have been expected. June new home sales surged, up 23.6% versus May's horrific number, down 36.7%. So new home sales, that's new construction, that was good. A lot of people are saying that, with the extension of the home buyer tax credit to September 30th and the rush at the end of April 30th of the home buyer tax credit program, that is probably why those figures were that way. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac said that prime loans are accelerating into foreclosure, so that was a big negative. A lot of people talking about foreclosures and short sales this week, and a noticeable decline in home prices from May to June, and that was evident with the ending of that home buyer tax credit. Realtors are saying that buyer traffic is down, and one of the key questions is, what will happen when rates eventually do go up. And will that spark interest? More buyers coming to the table? I think so. In closing, I think that part of the major question, the $64,000 question, is whether or not, the question isn't if the stimulus worked, it's how well did it work. And I think that that's part of the big question out there. I think part of the major concerns are that, employment is a big issue. How are we going to create jobs? That should be the focus of the administration. And, I think that the way that we further growth, help consumers feel confident, is to extend the Bush tax cut. And, that is good. I mean, when people have more money in their pocket, they feel more comfortable, they feel more confident. And that's what we need. We need confidence right now. I really think that the great part of the whole thing is that even though we're in this negative environment, companies like Microsoft, Corning, ExxonMobil, they're blowing out earnings. Microsoft had their best quarter ever. And, that tells you something. Companies are still doing well, and that's positive. Some interesting news that I thought this week, former Enron CEO Jeff Skilling was seeking bail. And I just thought, what a bunch of BS that is. He served 3 years of his 24-year sentence, and now the Supreme Court might overturn the whole case. 19 counts of fraud. And I just thought that that was a little interesting. If you're a buyer right now, it's a great time to be buying. I mean, low interest rates still help you qualify for more of a home, so that's a definite positive. And I think that the environment we're heading into, we're not going to go into deflation. Inflation isn't a risk. Double dip recession, I don't know. I don't think that that's going to happen, especially when the Fed is ahead of the curve. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to see a home or a listing in MLS, let me know. We have free search on our site. Greg Afarian, gregafarian.com, virtual media realty. Have a nice weekend. Out for now.